pressure is the show for you? Because it's built around you.
Mm-hmm.
Is there pressure in that, or do you have a good team, and your castmates that are helping through that?
Yeah, I don't take that much pressure on. The pressure for me is just waking up on time and doing the work, and whatever else happens is out of my control. But I'm certainly excited. I feel like it's a really good place for me to be, and I'm excited about the people I'm working with. I feel like creatively, I've got a lot of great actors around me and writers behind me, and the showrunners are great. So it's not really making me feel that way.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
You played so many characters on SNL and in films and that, but this is a character you could end up being with for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Has that been kind of an adjustment for you? I know you guys have shot several episodes now.
We're not past the point of like what a production shoot on a movie would be yet. So, I've done features before where I was one character for a while, and I did a show for the BBC called Cuckoo where I was one character for 6 episodes, and I think we're just passing episode 6 now. So check back with me in a couple months.
Like in season 3, I'll ask you again.
Yeah, exactly. Now how do you feel about playing the same character?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, Jake, he definitely kind of has a childlike quality about him, which is fun to watch. Is Ondrej coming in as kind of the rough, like kind of trying to put him in line? Is that going to end up being a good thing for him, or is he going to actually lighten up Ondrej's character a little bit?
I hope a little of both. That's generally where, butting heads relationships end up, where they sort of learn from each other, make each other better. And, Ondrej's character's backstory is actually a pretty real, cool thing, and he's been through a lot. So I don't think anyone watching would ever blame him for being a hard ass, but certainly there's joy in watching him enjoy life a little bit.
Yeah.
And I think Jake's character can help him do that. Certainly he's going to be a good influence on Jake.
Okay. And the fact that Ondrej's character is gay, and this is a comedy, so you should be able to make jokes with that, but we're in such a weird PC society. Has that come up at all? Like, how can you make jokes and not offend some people, or do you not really worry about who you might...
We haven't really worried about it too much, but I will also say that is more like just a character trait than a vessel for comedy thus far. It was more like I said before, in our minds, a cool thing to address in terms of there's the whole gays in the military issue that's been going on for years, and sort of similar to the character I played in that movie, I Love You, Man. There's so many people that are gay that don't act like a caricature of a gay person that we're sort of sadly used to. And we thought, it was Mike and Dan's idea, but I fully agreed. It was cool to have a police captain who no one would guess was, but is, and that's just sort of a character point about him.
Yeah, very cool. Jake's a single guy.
Mm-hmm.
There could be some office romance, or maybe outside the office.
Mm-hmm.
Will we see him go through some dating adventures on the show?
Absolutely. We've already shot an episode where there's a little something going on outside of the office. But yeah, I mean, he's definitely single.
Do you like that about him, or would you like to eventually see him, find a girlfriend just to see what that character would be like in a relationship?
I think it's too soon to know, but I think, if any show that goes on long enough, I think eventually you want to see some meaning enter their lives if you've gone on a journey with them. So if we're lucky enough that it gets that far, then I'm assuming that something like that will happen for multiple characters. That seems to be the trend in TV shows. But I think, there's also a lot of fun to playing into the fact that, being a detective is kind of an isolated life, and it's actually not that different from, SNL or something where it consumes your life so much it is hard to keep a relationship going, and that's something that we do address in the show already for multiple characters, that it's kind of hard to have a social life.
Okay. Are we going to see guest stars come in? Because definitely a lot of people.
Yeah.
You could bring some people in.
Yeah. We already have had a few great ones. Fred Armisen has a small cameo in the pilot, and Kid Cudi had an arc, and Dean Winters, Dean Winters. Sorry, I love him. I just couldn't remember his name. We had Dean Winters come in and played a really great character on an episode. So it's already sort of happening, and people have been really great and really funny. Dean especially, not to take anything away from those other guys, but Dean destroys in his episode.
That's great.
He's really funny.
Okay, cannot wait to see more episodes.
Thanks.
Good luck with the show.
Thank you so much.